Now, families are difficult. Who here really has never had a good family feud? You're just not a good person. If you haven't feuded with like a brother or a sister or a cousin or an uncle or a if there isn't some kind of imbalance there, you're not really a family. There's always that weird one in the family. There's always that, strange kind of, something will go missing and people will blame the wrong guy, and for years they won't talk to each other. I'm sure someone's land back home in a country you've never visited, people are arguing about where the fence line should be. Or is that just in my family? Okay. There's gotta be some kind, that olive tree is our olive tree. Have you ever seen the olive tree? No, but it's mine, somehow, right? There's that kind of stuff. It could be a mango tree in Pakistan, olive tree in Philistine. It could be, a mulukhiyya in Egypt, whatever, right? There's some kind of argument over some ancestral, tea leaves in Turkey, right? It's some kind of ancestral feud. And that's absolutely normal. But what is not normal is that the feud in times of Ramadan and times of togetherness, Eid, that feud extends past what is the norm. That a person's daughter's getting married and you refuse to go because they owe you money. That someone in your household has fallen ill, but the person that you're arguing with, you say, I don't want them to come see her. I've had this. I've had a person, their mom is dying, and the older brother was refusing for a younger brother to see his own mom because some kind of family squabble. No, akhi, you sit down, move out of the way. Whoever wants to see her will see her. Sometimes people get so cold, callous, dark-hearted that they forget about the love they seek from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the month of Ramadan is the month we all say, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Allah. And here we are doing the things that Allah has prohibited and has said do not do, because they block barakah entering into my life. So the first, at the beginning of the month of Ramadan, irrespective of what the argument is, irrespective of how much you dislike that person, irrespective of how much that, she hurt you in your marriage, how much he was abusive in his marriage, irrespective of those kind of things, the haqq of Allah upon us in doing what is acceptable between each other becomes the central focus. It becomes important for us to seek to give access to our hearts to Allah and to open them to people who normally we would not give them access to it. Now, I want to make a clarification that this does not mean that the one who hurt us, we allow them to continue to hurt us. That the one who has been abusive, that means we continue to let him abuse us or continue to let him take from us. There's a huge difference between being able to forgive someone and ask Allah to mend our heart and to cure their problem than it is just to hate them. And just to say, I will never forgive them. Nothing in my heart will ever change what I hate about them. La. That is an insult to them, that's insult to your own soul. It is freedom of your own soul that you find the capacity to cure your heart and move past those kind of illnesses. This does not mean that we sit in the same place where danger is. And the Prophet ﷺ says that a believer is not stung by the same lizard from the same hole twice. If I sat there and there's a mound of ants and I got bitten by some army ants, I'm not going to come back tomorrow and say, oh yeah, I can sit there again. No. It would be a lack of iman, not just a lack of intellect. It would be sinful for me to allow myself to be abused again, to be hurt again, to bring harm to myself. And that's the inner meaning of the verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change their own condition. Allah will not bring you to success unless you actually move towards it. Allah will not help you get over that problem unless you make the changes to end that abuse and difficulty.